Hey there, Luke Maslin from Total Performance Living, and in this video I'm going to talk you through the 4 things you must be addressing if you want to optimize your sleep in order to think well, look good, feel great, and perform better in your life. Now, we all know that sleep is super important for health, energy, sex drive, stress management, cognitive function, ability to create and think, repair and recover, the list goes on. We know it's super important. Every single person knows that. And we're also bombarded with information, tips, tricks, hacks around sleep, and it becomes overwhelming and confusing in terms of how to get good quality and quantity of sleep. So the issue for most people is that you don't have a way to put that into a strategy, a framework to bring all that information and wisdom together into a way to actually implement that into your own life. And so what I want to talk you through here in this video is the 4 pillars of the super sleeper strategy that I use with my clients in order to optimize their sleep, to get them thinking, looking, feeling, and performing at their best. And the first pillar is around planning and priorities. The bottom line is that unless you prioritize sleep, unless you plan appropriately, nothing is going to change. So the psychological shift that needs to happen and the priority shift that needs to happen is the first step in getting optimal sleep. And so a tip that I can give you there to help you reframe the priority for sleep in your life is to A, think about it as something that prepares you for the next day ahead, rather than the thing you do when you're exhausted and finally fall into bed at night. And secondly, reverse engineer your bedtime from your desired waking time, rather than what most people do, which is, I want to go to bed at X time. Think about what time you want to get up in order to live a full day and do the things you need to do, and then reverse engineer from there. So if you want to get up at 6:30 in the morning, and we know that you need at least 8 hours of sleep opportunity, i.e. time in bed per night, then you need to be in bed by 10:30 at night. That allows you to reframe and prioritize sleep as a foundation for your life, rather than something you just do when you're exhausted at the end of the day. The second pillar is around light, critical in terms of aligning your circadian rhythm and body clock. Now, we've all heard this, or probably heard a lot of things around, don't look at your phone late at night, avoid bright light exposure, don't watch TV, don't be on your computer, which are all great tips because they allow us to have melatonin secreted in the evening, which is the hormone that allows us to get into a sleep state. But the missing piece for most people is a recognition and a lack of understanding around the role that light plays throughout the entire day in setting and aligning that circadian rhythm. So unless you're attending to and getting the right types of light throughout various parts of the day, then getting optimal sleep is impossible. For instance, getting light early in the morning sets that circadian rhythm in your eyes, allows that body clock and circadian rhythm to be set, to have the hormonal cascade happen, have the biological, psychological processes, biochemical processes happen throughout the day, and set you up for sleep in the evening. So managing your light environment, your light exposure is the second key pillar in the super sleeper strategy. The third pillar is around routine and rituals. The body, the brain thrives on routine and ritual. And again, we hear the tips and tricks around having a routine before bed, switching off devices before you go to bed, allowing yourself to wind down. And this is about winding down not only physically, but also mentally, emotionally as well, from the stimulation of the day, stimulation of work, stimulation of family. Again, though, the missing piece is an understanding that that routine and ritual needs to be carried through beyond just the half an hour before you go to bed. As an example, what you consume throughout the day from a food and beverage perspective will have an impact on your ability to get sleep late at night. The classic example being caffeine, and avoiding caffeine at least 10 hours before you desire to go to bed, knowing that caffeine has a half-life of around 6 to 8 hours, meaning that any caffeine you have at midday is still going to be in your system to some degree by the time you go to bed at night. So routines and rituals, having routine and ritual in the evening, a series and sequence of activities that allows you to wind down physically, mentally, and emotionally, and provide an on-ramp into your sleep is the third pillar in the super sleeper strategy. And finally, we have the setting. And this is the place and the space where you sleep each night. Critically important to get this right. Think about creating a sleep haven for yourself, where effectively there's only 3 things that you want to do there. Either sleep, have sex, rest, and read. Anything outside of that distracts not only your body, but your brain from associating the bedroom with sleep. So if there's work, laptops, electronic devices, phones, papers, anything that breaks that association of your body and brain with the bedroom being associated with sleep, sets you up to struggle to get good quality restful sleep. Similarly, the setting of the room in terms of things like temperature, airflow, there's a number of environmental factors that we need to get right in that setting at night in order to get deep, restful sleep. So that's the fourth pillar, is the setting. We have the 4 pillars there that I've spoken through. First of all, planning and priority. Second of all, understanding the role of light. Third, routines and rituals. And finally, the setting. Now that's just a glimpse and a snapshot of some of the things that are involved in each of those pillars. There's a number of other things that sit beneath them that ultimately form this super sleep strategy. When you implement it consistently, it's an absolute guarantee to revolutionize the sleep that you get, the rest that you get, and therefore the energy, performance, well-being, cognitive function, everything functions off the back of that. So if you're struggling with your sleep or indeed any other part of your health and you're looking for support and help, then I invite you to reach out and schedule a call with me. All you need to do is click the link below this video, send me a message on the socials or flick me an email. We'll jump on a call for 15 minutes. It's a total performance pit stop call. There's nothing to sell you on the call, no pressure to do anything beyond that. It's about helping you get clear on exactly what is holding you back right now and brainstorm a plan for you to move forward and create the health and life that you're looking for. So if you want to chat, all you got to do is send me a message, click the link below this video or email me. We'll line up a time and I look forward to speaking with you soon.